Welcome to, I think this is our third monthly town hall. We've got jam-packed schedule this week. Again, we're taking a different approach a little bit, focusing on sort of core assets that Mantle is contributing to or building itself. So we've got a lot of Mantle team members here today. More joining soon. Mario, do you want to go to our next slide? Cool. Just a quick walkthrough of our agenda today. We're going to do dev updates as usual, as well as product updates. We've got Pauline here from our DevRel team, who's going to run through some dev updates, and then Mario from our product team, who's going to run through a handful of product updates related to the website and other exciting things that are being built for Mantle community and users. And we've got the DeFi Maestro here, Ed. You guys are probably familiar with Ed from all of the Twitter spaces he does. And then we've also got Joe here, who is going to be covering cmETH as well. And then Sterling, whenever we get the mic figured out. Oh, do we have it?
Yeah, hi, Brian. Nice to meet you guys.
Sterling, you made it. Awesome. Thanks for working through that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Sterling's going to cover some of the tech updates for FBTC, and we'll have Zuki joining us here in just a few moments to do some partnership updates for FBTC as well. And throughout, of course, as always, do ask questions, jump in the chat, get involved, and we will try to have some time open for questions at the end and throughout. Mario, do you want to move to that next slide? Maybe what we'll do, since we're starting a little bit late here, is when everybody starts to present, you could just do a little bit of background on yourself, really quick intro, who you are, what you do at Mantle, and if you want to delve into background, you can do that as well. I do think everybody's relatively familiar with a lot of the team that we've got joining here today, but yeah, we'll just save intros for when you present, so we can save some time throughout the intro here. Cool, and then I'll hand over to Pauline to jump into dev updates.
Yes, hi everyone. Can you hear me well? I'm a bit traumatized now. Maybe you can't hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. So my name is Pauline. I'm the DevRel engineer at Mantle. So I think you got my colleague the previous time, John. So we are both working together. So yeah, today I will make a quick update, whatever the protocol is doing at the moment, and there's the hot topic, as you can see on the screen. It's about time we say bye to Mantle DA. So again, DA implementation is a DA solution. I see the comment at the same time. It's basically, so Mantle being a modular blockchain, right? We do have a DA solution, which means data availability solution, that is a bit different than we're not using Ethereum like other OP stack chain. So what we had at the moment is that we had Mantle DA. It was pretty much a fork of EigenDA. But right now we are fully implementing EigenLayer, so like EigenDA from EigenLayer. So it's been a choice, like a really good choice in my opinion. Maybe you can go next slide, Mario. Oh my God, it's black.
Yeah, my screen is black for you. I don't know why. Check it out. Is it now better?
Yeah, I can see it now. Okay, cool. So just to explain quickly what the choice is there. So basically the choice is made from the fact that EigenLayer has a very high security, right? So you have hundreds of operator, you have 1 billion scale of pledge firm to ensure security. So like EigenLayer doesn't need me to introduce who they are, but basically that is the point. So it's a better decentralization, lower cost. So one of the tech requirement here and is that with EigenDA you only have one contract interaction, which makes the cost lower. And last slide, Mario. Yeah, so basically what does it mean? So here I think we mostly have users, but if there's any devs in the audience, So the impact is that Mantle Sepolia node operator will need to upgrade. So the node will not be usable if you don't upgrade to that. So it's going to be a hard fork on the 10th of July. The few changes that we're going to see is that, so basically we're going to migrate, okay? And then that's quite important that whoever is running a node does this upgrade. Also, DA may downgrade to Ethereum block transactions. So this is a bit technical, but just what I think is important if there are any dev, or just like in general, I think it's a pretty cool stuff that Mantle has done there. So basically what it means is that in case EigenLayer as a DA solution fail for whatever reason, it could be like, I don't think they will, but like in case, Mantle has a choice to downgrade it to the Ethereum block transaction, which is basically what the latest upgrade on the OP stack has done, which means basically there is a backup. Okay, so in terms of data availability, let's say EigenLayer, for whatever reason they have an issue, there is a backup there, which is very similar. The stack is very similar to what Optimism is using. And this is basically that. This is basically what the protocol has been working very much on the past few weeks. So that's pretty much it from my side.
Well, maybe I continue with product updates then.
Yeah, that sounds good. And just real quick, if anybody is developer in the community here on this call, feel free to ask Pauline some questions in the chat. I think she'll be hanging out here for a few minutes. Otherwise, you can find her in our dev discussion channel.
Yeah, you can always put any question. I saw is any question about the fees. So I'll just hang out in the chat right now. I'll try to answer them.
Cool. Yeah, when Eigen PA? That's my question. But hi everyone. I'm Mario. I'm the PM here at Mantle. I will just cover like 2 quick updates because most of the product updates are covered already by the rest of the team. So from my side, quickly on the Mantle Reward Station side, we have a couple of updates coming up. One is the slightly new design, or maybe not slightly, but quite different design that we had previously, right? Like working more with the Mantle brands. But more than that, we are introducing one feature and one upgrade, basically. One new feature is time-weighted lock-ins. So basically, you can lock in your MNT tokens without the option to unlock them, right? Something similar to what you have in current governance, for example, with the VE token. And based on that, you get like a multiplier on your rewards. So this is coming pretty soon. And without lockup, you multiply as just 1, for example, right? That's coming. And the other thing is, we also updating our contracts to support this as well, right? And other campaigns. So the contracts will be updated quite soon. You'll be asked to move with like a simple click to the second version of the contract. And the migration is necessary to claim your tokens, right? So I think that's an important thing. And besides that, the cook campaign is coming, but I think Aoife Maestro will talk about it a little bit more. So I will cover that. And for other updates, I think it's just worth to share, just like a hint, that we are working on some website updates. We got all of your feedback on the potential improvements that could be happening, and we're just evaluating them and working on some general improvements. So that will take some time, but it's ongoing and takes up some of our resources without the type of product that others are working on. So that's all from my side. Thanks. And ping me in the chat if you have any questions.
Thanks, Mario. We'll hand over to you, Ed and Joe.
All right. I think I'll just do a quick summary of covering like cmETH as well as the upcoming campaigns. I think previously Gabe already covered the gist of how cmETH actually will work. I will do a recap and also like touch briefly on the campaign. Regarding like the exact details of the cmETH campaign, we will be announcing it in just a few days. So I will try to keep this segment pretty short, and in a few days time everyone will have like the full clarity regarding like how to earn the points and what the different venues for the points will be. So for cmETH, it is our upcoming liquid restaking tokens for mETH. The cmETH utilizes like a vault architecture to implement multiple liquid restaking strategies on L1 for the users with the underlying mETH. So this actually basically means that it allows users to be exposed to multiple restaking opportunities without active management. So everything will be automated. You swap your mETH to cmETH, and then you can use cmETH on Mantle itself, and the underlying mETH will actually be working to get yield for you from L1 side. I think the key point for this is that cmETH will still remain non-custodial, and the underlying mETH will be managed by whitelisted strategy managers with predetermined risk parameters, so that your funds are always like safe. And these risk managers, strategy managers will always have like professional dashboards to actually monitor the risk for the users when they use the funds on L1 venues. So this architecture actually allows us cmETH to be the most composable RRT in the market, and it also allows us to keep updated with like new upcoming restaking protocols that are launching soon. So this is a very flexible product. We have been like going through the design for this for a long time, and we felt that this was the best way whereby we can let users have I guess a automated form of yield without worrying too much, and still be getting used from like new venues, new and exciting opportunities that is happening for mETH itself. So next slide, please. Okay, so basically this is the gist of like what users can expect for the mETH rewards. So for a single RRT that we launched, so for cmETH, if you just hold cmETH alone, you'll be expecting a minimal of like 5 different reward sources. So first one will be Cook. You'll be rewarding cmETH holders with Cook tokens. The second one will be cmETH yields on L2. So this refers to you using cmETH on money markets, on Mantle. You can use it on like Init, on Lendo, on Dolomite. And then the next form of yield will also be on restaking app rewards. This will be the yields that you'll be getting from the use of mETH on L1. So it covers the Layer, Symbiotic, Karak, even like other L1 such as Circuit. So this yield will be managed by the strategy managers. And then the next form of yield will be the AVS restaking rewards. So at the current moment, AVS restaking rewards have not been turned on yet, but probably in the late Q3, early Q4, when AVS restaking rewards are turned on, then we will start to see that this also flowing to cmETH holders as well. And lastly, that will be the ETH staking yield from the underlying like mETH, typical staking yield that you get from all LSDs. So I think it's something like interesting for this, that you hold a single token, you get 5 different sources of yield. At the same time, we are also in talks with certain partners in the space that will probably have one additional form of yield being added on. I haven't confirmed the source yet, but seems pretty likely. So we'll try to announce it by 1st of July. I'll need to firm things up probably after this call. Then, okay, next slide, please. Okay, so basically this is a one pager of the upcoming cmETH campaign. So the campaign will be called Methamorphosis. The start date will be 1st July 2024. It will run for 100 days. This will be season 1. And the points ticker will be called powder. So we will be distributing powders to users during the campaign that can be redeemable for Cook in the future. So I think a lot of you have actually asked like what are the venues where users can actually earn Cook or earn powders. So I think this will be a brief summary of the 4 different venues. So the first one will be Mental Reward Station. Users can stake MNT and they can receive Cook tokens. The second one will be for users to actually utilize Mantle L2 protocols, utilize cmETH on these protocols, and they receive a certain amount of powders. The exact rate of powders for users using it on L2 as well as the L1 restaking protocols will be announced on 1st of July. So so the L1 restaking protocols like Eigen, like Karak, as well as Symbiotic, we will be rewarding cmETH deposits for those L1 protocols as well. And lastly is the one I think a lot of users have been asking about is that PATH token holders. There will be a retroactive allocation for the PATH token holders, mainly because like we see there's a very strong correlation between the long-term METH holders and also the PATH holders as well. So we will announce the details probably for the PATH holders later part in the season, probably mid of the season when everything is firmed up, and then we'll announce all the details to the users. But in the meantime, there's a lot of moving parts that's in discussion right now. So yeah, I think that covers most of the cmETH key details. But we will open the table up for questions and probably at the end of this. So Joella, do you have anything else you want to add to all of this?
Yeah, I mean Edmund covered quite succinctly as well. But as just a follow up, like he said, July 1 will be the announcement. So all the the powder details as well as the list of protocols that we're partnering with will be announced then as well. I think one thing it's a bit people might find confusing is with Metamorphosis, cmETH will not be live on July 1. So what will happen first off is all the holdings will be indexed primarily via the METH positions itself, and you guys will receive powder rewards, which of these will be convertible to Cook. So essentially, I think participating in Metamorphosis also positions yourself for the upcoming cmETH, right? Because you need mETH for cmETH. So yeah, just stay tuned for July 1 and then get cooking.
Thanks. Get cooking, guys. Okay, heading over to Azuki and the FBTC.
Hello. I think we have covered some basic knowledge about FBTC last time in the town hall. I hope everyone get a time to get to know about FBTC. We are currently trying to finish all of the legal and product process for launching a secure and ready product and asset on Mantle and Ethereum. So to recap, FBTC is a one-to-one packed asset to Bitcoin. It is not a yield-bearing token or rebase token. It will be secured by industry-leading custodian with multi-signatures, and also locked. FBTC is tailored for yield generation. So although FBTC will always be a one-to-one packed asset, all of the yield will come from multiple partners. Either is CDFI, either is Babylon ecosystem like POS yield for Bitcoin, or is all the DeFi protocols already on Mantle and also Ethereum, and we plan to go multi-chains afterwards. The next slide, please. So we've changed part of our roadmap. Previously, we planned to do a bootstrapping campaign when it's launched or even before it's launched. But now, since we have been working with very, very great partners, including all the I'll explain them in detail in the next slide. So we will get FBTC on chain first and have it naturally grow with all of the partners initiative, and then we would do a marketing campaign around FBTC itself and its ecosystem with all of the partners and on multi chains. So Q2 2024, it was mainly research development, FBTC token contract preparation, bridge contract, minimum burn process, all the legal onboarding channels, such as the licensed KYC channel and on-ramp off-ramp channel, and also partner integration and audit. We've just completed our audit this week. We've made the announcement, and everybody can go check it out, the report. So in Q3 2024, I think it's gonna launch in 1 week, the first week of July. First, we will launch on Ethereum and Mantle. And at the same time, you guys will be able to see all the initial partner integration with FBTC asset, and also will be interested to explore all the use strategies that can bring to FBTC the Bitcoin asset, the multi-chain Bitcoin asset. In second half of 2024, after our launch on chain, there will be a point system launched, although it will not be announced at the initial phase, but it may be retroactive, and we will run it with multiple partners. So after 1 or 2 months of testing on both Ethereum and Mantle, FBTC will be onboarded to selected EVM and non-EVM chains, and also integrated with their ecosystems. Slide, please. So here is to explain where the FBTC use cases, or where does the FBTC yield comes from. There are 4 categories we think are the most prominent and maybe the major yield for like almost all BTC asset in the space. One is Babylon ecosystem. So because we are in the Ethereum ecosystem, some of you may not know about Babylon, but now currently Babylon is a very big thing that all the Bitcoin ecosystem people are expecting. So Babylon is a Bitcoin staking protocol. It allows holders of native Bitcoin to earn yield from their idle Bitcoins in a secure way. That is no third-party trust, no Bitcoin bridging to any other chain. So Bitcoin holders can simply lock their Bitcoin in a self-custodial way to gain the right to validate POS chains, the new ones and the old ones, to earn their yield as a return. And they provide full slashable security for any type of POS chain. So that is the Bitcoin native yield is something all of us are looking for, and as soon as Babylon's launch, all of the LST ecosystem projects and also the AVS projects in the Bitcoin ecosystem can go live. So the top the most active Babylon LST projects like Lombard, Lorenzo, Bedrock, P-Stake, Solve will integrate with FBTC as soon as FBTC and Babylon goes live. And also the Babylon AVS projects such as Pal Network, SatLayer will also go live. And their LST tokens or receipt tokens, if they have any, will launch on Ethereum and very likely on Mantle. So we will onboard many new interesting asset on Mantle, not only FBT itself, but also a lot of ecosystem project that work closely with FBTC. So the second category will be CDFI yield that we can see in the recent most very popular project Athena, and also Bondspit on Binance, and Soft Particle, USDX, etc. And also like in central exchange, there will maybe like Bybit earn, and all of the like Web3 earn from all the central exchange. The yield usually comes from the arbitrage strategy of token. So the third part is the on-chain DeFi part, which all of us should be pretty familiar with. So FBTC will first launch on Ethereum and Mantle. So right now, all of the on-chain DeFi partners we have are mostly on Mantle. So for DEXs, basic need for all the users, we will be supported by Uniswap, Merchant Mole, FusionX, Odos, Dojo, Mancake, Agni, install its own Ethereum, and all others will be on Mantle. And also lending, including Avalon Finance, Lando, Mintrust, and Capital, etc. All of them will be on Mantle. And also we will expand to multiple categories of DeFi protocols in the future. If any friends here want to be on that list, or I've missed out anyone from the list, please reach out to me after our call. The fourth part will be a multi-chain ecosystem. So, for example, FBTC on Mantle, when it runs a campaign, Mantle will provide certain level of blockchain ecosystem incentive. So, and also that will be similar when we go to multi-chain ecosystems such as Ethereum layer 2s like Arbitrum, Mode, Monad, Berachain, Scroll. We're able to help users to farm the incentives from those new blockchain ecosystems. And also Bitcoin layer 2 such as B Square, Bob, Cordell, Corn, Merlin, Mezzo. We will look forward to what innovation they will do on the as a Bitcoin layer 2, and also others who are a single purpose DeFi project, but they operate as a chain, such as OpenBit, which is a cross Bitcoin liquidity infrastructure, and like BounceBit, Lorenzo, Dodo Chain, and Swell are doing their layer 2 as well for staking and restaking. That will be the major for yield source for FBTC, and we encourage everyone to think of new yield for BTC asset, and we're happy to work with everyone. Next, please. So the next part will be technical and will be explained by our product lead, Sterling. You.
Thank you, Zuki. Hi, everyone. I'm Sterling. I am the product manager from Mantle. So happy to attend today's town hall to introduce the progress of the FBTC project and share some tech updates about it. Before introducing the high-level FBTC product flow, here are 5 glossaries I want to explain to you to help you better understand how the system works. Because it's about your BTC assets. So the first glossary is FBTC0. Actually, it is the standard FBTC token users will have. It's one-to-one pegged to Bitcoin held in the custody wallet. The FBTC1 or the locked FBTC is an asset locked in partner applications. It means users can deposit their FBTC0 into a partner vault and get locked FBTC in the partner vault as well. The BTC0 and BTC1 are custody wallet addresses to hold Bitcoin assets relevant to FBTC0 and locked FBTC. And the last glossary is the CBTC, which is the token that the partner vault will issue. For example, like Salt BTC. You may find it similar to ETH parity token like Renzo ETH, even though they are not the same product or concept. Next slide, please. Yeah, actually, there are 2 product flows. One is how to mint locked FBTC and to burn FBTC0. And the next flow is how to redeem your FBTC0 back and your Bitcoin assets as well. So this screenshot illustrates users can stake their FBTC0 into a partner vault, and the partner vault will issue a CBTC token to users as a certificate to redeem the FBTC0 in the future. Then in the first step, the partner vault will transfer staked FBTC0 into the FBTC1 or locked FBTC vault contract and get locked FBTC back. At the same time, as locked FBTC is minted, the FBTC0 must be burned to keep the balance equal. So the FBTC1 contract actually will call the bridge to burn the FBTC0. And after this step, the BTC0 address, which is the custody address, will start transferring corresponding Bitcoin to the BTC1 address, which holds Bitcoin assets that are one-to-one pegged to the locked FBTC. And in the last step, to ensure the security, I mean, whether the locked FBTC is minted correctly and the FBT0 is burned correctly. So the FBTC test nodes will confirm if the standard FBTC is minted, is burned correctly, and the Bitcoin transfer transaction has been confirmed. Then the whole process is complete. In the end, users will have cBTC, partner vote will have a locked FBTC, and BTC1 address have BTC. So the partner vote can use the underlying Bitcoin to generate yields like staking on Babylon to earn staking yields, lending to earn funding rate arbitrage yields, etc. Next slide, please. And this slide just displays how when users want to redeem their FBTC0 or the standard FBTC back and the underlying Bitcoin. At first, users will start a request to the partner, like I want to redeem my FBTC back. So the partner vote actually will then call the BTC1 address to transfer the relevant amount of Bitcoin to the BTC0 address. When the transaction on the Bitcoin network is confirmed, for example, like 6 blocks or 15 minutes, the F1 contract actually will initiate a mint FBTC0 request, which is to mint FBTC0, and the FBTC test nodes will confirm if the FBTC0 is minted correctly. And then in the last step, the partner vote can withdraw their FBTC back to their vote and burn FBTC1 or lock FBTC at the same time to keep the balance equal. So eventually, users can claim their FBTC back, and they can just swap their FBTC to Bitcoin, or they can redeem their FBTC via a centralized exchanges like Bybit to swap their FBTC to Bitcoin on that centralized exchange back directly. And these two slides just explain a very, very high level of how the system works when you hold FBTC and you want to stake into a partner vote, and what you will get, and how that partner vote actually will use the underlying Bitcoins to generate multiple yields. At the same time, when you have when you hold FBTC, one thing is you will have like a FBTC Sparks or the point system. We will just do for example, retro perspective calculation about how much FBTC you hold. And then when you stick your FBTC into a partner vote, you will accumulate points that will be issued by the partner protocols. And besides that, you will earn yields. So this is like you will have like multiple yields sources, and as well as points generated by FBTC and the partner applications. And next slide, please. Yeah, and also the last slide is about the FBTC as well as the locked FBTC progress. So the audit has finished. So we invite 2 auditors, including Secure3 and BlockSec, to do the audit for the locked FBTC contract. And then the locked FBTC can be integrated in the testnet now. So any developer or protocols who is interested in the integration, just feel free to reach out to our community team. And then the factory contract will be ready soon. So you don't need to, you can deploy the FBTC1 contract by yourself. And that's all updates about the FBTC. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for running through the updates there. I'm just going to post the FBTC links there in the chat. The community channels are open on Telegram and Discord. There's a Twitter there, and also you can follow along on the website as well. I did see a ton of questions in the chat, but I would just want to give people an opportunity to jump on stage before we close out. We're about 15 minutes from the end here. And if anybody on stage does have to jump, please feel free to. If you need to jump to something else. But yeah, if anybody has a question that we missed in the chat, or you've got a burning question that you'd like to ask one of our speakers, do request to speak. I gathered some questions from the chat. I mean, maybe I'll just ask this again because I've seen it pop up a handful of times. But just for anybody who maybe joined us late or didn't catch the update on the puff allocation for Cook, maybe Joe or Ed. I think I know the answer here, but maybe we could hear it from you, sort of what the update there is on puff.
The puff allocation for Cook is still in discussion, but we are finalizing the details, and the details will be announced probably by the mid of the season. So we will not be announcing the puff allocation right at the start. Probably during the mid of the season one, we will do the announcement. Either us or puff will actually announce to the users.
All right, I hope that answers it for everybody there who had that question in the chat. Looks like we've got John S89 up here. Good to see you on stage again, John. Feel free to unmute.
Hi everyone, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Awesome. My question was regarding the FBTC logic in terms of how the BTC is locked and how it is redeemed. It seems like we are kind of, from what I understood, like you get kind of a token that is that you lock your BTC on the vault of a partner, and then you use that token to redeem it. Isn't this a little bit like what used to happen a long time ago in traditional finance, when you basically deposit your gold in the bank and then you would get a note that you had X amount of gold in the bank, and then you would redeem it? How do we ensure that there is not situations? You talked about security, I know, but how do we ensure that there are no situations with the bridge and that the funds are not somehow lost in a way, and when we want to come and redeem the token for the BTC, that the BTC is there in a way? I hope it's clear.
I might not, sorry, I might not hear you question very clearly. So you care about the security, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was basically thinking about, like, we receive basically a token that says that we have X amount of BTC deposited on the partner vault. Then we use that token to redeem the BTC. It interacts with the bridge and so on. So it seems like there are some layers that have possibility of having issues when we come to redeem the BTC. So I know that you did the audit and so on, but I'm just wondering about exactly what are the risks involved in what prevents. What do you have, for example, maybe this question is better. Do you have additional collateral or an additional treasury that you can use in case there are problems with the bridge or with partner vault?
Sure. I can explain how the product flow how the system works in a very so when users actually have Bitcoin, right? They will actually, for example, go to a merchant or go to the centralized exchange to swap their BTC assets to a FBTC, and then the Bitcoin actually will be stored or sent to a MPC custody wallet, which is provided by our custodian solution provider, Cobalt. So your BTC will be securely held in that MPC wallet, and then when you hold the BTC, you want to, for example, leverage it in like partner applications. You want to earn yields. You can use that BTC, for example, stake into a protocol, for example, soft protocol, and you will get a soft BTC issued by soft protocol itself, and your BTC actually will be burned. And from the technical perspective, when your BTC is burned, the soft protocol or the partner vault actually will get a locked BTC, for example, in their vault book. And then the soft protocol actually will use your underlying Bitcoin to do some kind of lending or borrowing, and then they can do some kind of trading strategies in the centralized exchanges to do funding rate arbitrage or to earn yields for your FBTC. And then when at some point, maybe you want to redeem your FBTC back because you want to hold your BTC as well, and then you can just for example, swap your swap BTC in the swap protocol, and then the swap protocol actually will pour the FBTC1 address to transfer your Bitcoin or the underlying Bitcoin back to the BTC0 address, and then you will get the bridge. I mean, the bridge actually will mint the corresponding sum of like a Bitcoin directly, and then the swap protocol actually will get these minted FBTC0 back to their vault, and then they will return the FBTC0 to you and burn your swap BTC directly. And finally, you will have your FBTC0 for maybe plus some like yields generated by swap protocol, and then you can, for example, redeem your FBTC0 to your Bitcoin assets via various channels, for example, a Uniswap or licensed merchants, or even a centralized exchange like Bybit. Yeah, I hope I answer your question.
Kind of, yes, but I don't think we have time to go deeper into it. Don't worry, I'll follow up on this. Thank you.
Okay.
A bit adding to that, so why we have this mechanism is that when we work with partners, we want to make sure the number of FBTC and the underlying asset in our vault are always packed one to one. Why we are giving out the native BTC in a secure way is because a lot of the Bitcoin yield strategies, including the ones I mentioned, like CD5 protocols and Babylon ecosystem yield, they all require staking native BTC on in other places. However, we're able to find a middle ground where we do multi MPC type of security with relevant parties and a very good designed mechanism or balance. So that's why we choose to have this mechanism, and that's how we are going to do it. And in terms of like over collateral, etc., when user choose to swap or like stake their FBTC for FBTC1, and in the surface they are actually getting the partner's receipt token. For example, in the surface, user actually swap their FBTC and get soft BTC or LBTC or whatever BTC, and they should bear the risk of that certain asset. FBTC mechanism is only to make sure the asset itself is secure and packed. So all of like the strategy risk or the strategy yield or the whether if it is over collateralized will be determined by the partner themselves. That explain more.
Cool, that looks like it covered it for John. I see in the chat there, he said, okay, got it now. Thank you so much, Zuki and Sterling, for diving into the details there. If anybody has any other follow-up questions about Methamorphosis campaign, cmETH, or cmETH, however you want to call it, products, or developer updates as well, do join us in the channels here. We also have channels on Telegram as well. There's a links channel at the top of our channel list here on Discord where you can find access to our YouTube channel as well, where we'll post the recording of this in case you missed anything. Thanks everybody for joining us on stage, and thanks for everybody who joined the discussion and asked questions throughout the event. I think we're in for like a very momentous July. Honestly, like super excited for everything that's going to be rolling out starting literally July 1st with the campaign for cmETH. But for everybody who's waiting for the password for Queston, the password is FBTC, all caps, no spaces. That's COOK FBTC. If anybody wants to post that there in the channel. Actually, let me just drop that real quick. And that will close shortly. And once again, we do, weight the winners based on who's actually engaging here, like productively in the chat. So thanks everybody for joining and asking questions. Any closing remarks from anybody here on stage? Any of the speakers? Any last words before we start to close out?
Not really. Let's get cooking, guys. Yep. Good night.
Cook.
Let's cook. All right, guys. Thanks everybody for joining, and have a good night. Have a good day wherever you're at in the world. I'll be hanging out here in the chat for a little bit if anybody has any other questions.
Thanks, Brian. Night.
Thanks everyone.
all.
Bye.
Yes,
Thank you.
See you next time.